Celebrity Book Club.
Who's that knocking at the door? It's all your friends, you filthy whore. Your partner's gone, and your other partner's gone, and your other partner's primary partner's also out of town on a camping trip with their college friends. They all went to Emerson. And we've got books and a bottle of wine to kill. It's Hollywood in the books. In gossip, I'm shook. It's memoirs, it's martinis. It's the Castro, it's Harvey Milk, sweetheart. Celebrity Book Club. Come read it while it's hot now. Celebrity Book Club. Tell your secrets, we won't talk. Celebrity Book Club. No boys are allowed. Celebrity Book Club. Say it loud, say it loud, say it loud. And proud. Celebrity Book Club.
Hey, Steven, can you buzz me in, please?
Hey, Lily, sorry.
Hey, what's up?
What is up, my
What's
awesome
up?
dude?
My dude, I brought us some 0.0% Wave Chaser IPA.
Oh, yes! We get loose responsibly.
I like to enjoy these after a really good bike ride, about 7.7 kilometers with some really good friends.
That's awesome. Yeah, me and a couple of my close, longtime friends love to go for a 7.6 kilometer kayak ride before enjoying some non-alcoholic brews.
It's so good to get together with coworkers and best friends.
Yes. That's what's so cool about working 60 hours a week at a really awesome nonprofit startup.
The benefits are freaking awesome.
Sorry, that's why I moved here.
Sorry, can
The
I
city of
chug
benefits.
this IPA to nonprofits?
Hell yes.
So this is called shotgunning. I don't know what you guys call it here.
Crushed it!
Fuck yeah!
Hey, best friend.
Hey, best friend.
Hey, club kid.
Hey, club kid. What the freak is up? It's my, dare I say, not to sound like I don't travel, but it's my first time here.
Virgin.
Yeah.
So fucking cool.
It's so cool, and this is good because
I'm so jealous of the experience we're having right now.
No, seeing it through my
through the eyes of a child,
eyes.
like through like the poor vision of a child that is getting vertigo from the hills.
I was like, Mom, Dad, I want to go see the Full House set, and they said no.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You screamed and cried.
It's the Fresh Prince set or the Full House set. You know, you gotta choose.
Wait, okay, so not to.
I'm sorry. Wait, not to.
Oh no, yeah. Wait, fit
Yeah.
check. Lily Murata's
Sorry, yeah.
literally debuting the sweater vest.
The sweater vest that I took, borrowed, stole, maybe from my girlfriend's grandmother's nursing home. Say it with me, donation bin.
Okay, so
I was, yeah.
what does that? So couple questions.
Yeah. No, feel free to ask. We're here all night.
Does that mean that it's just like, some women of the home whose husbands have passed on and they're putting their belongings?
Yes, this is a dead man's vest.
Right. Okay. That
Or
vest is full
maybe
of
he
stories.
was like, I'm actually over my sweater vest.
Right.
We don't
I guess
know.
I'm saying, so is it stuff that people there are giving away, or is it stuff that's actually supposed to be for the elderly
It was
people
like a
in the
sign that
home?
was like it was going to like Goodwill, and it was like donations do
Right.
not touch, and everything was like nicely folded.
And you were like, just one for the road.
I just went for the road. No cameras, I don't think, and they haven't caught me. I mean, I haven't been back, but
right.
Yeah.
And they actually did kick your girlfriend's grandmother out of that home after that, shortly after the theft incident.
Yeah. Okay, so the book.
The book we read is by a woman, thank you,
An untamed woman.
who has a podcast called We Can Do Hard Things
with her sister and wife.
Her wife is Abby Wambach. She is Glennon Doyle. Her book is called Untamed.
One part of Reese Witherspoon's book club.
So, for those of you, do you guys know who Glennon Doyle is?
Yes, okay.
Okay, I'm getting yes.
Author of the Momastery blog. Former
Christian mommy
Well,
blogger.
she's still Christian.
Well, she's still Christian, and her faith is very important to
Yeah,
her.
she loves her faith.
But faith is fungible. Faith
and
moves.
faith can change,
and it can change
we
with
can do
you.
hard things.
And God lives in here, not in the church. Unless he does live in the church, and that's also okay.
And if God is a woman, then why is God as a man? And if God is a man, why can't he be a woman?
Thank you.
Yeah.
So she was like this longtime straight woman, like small writer who would just like write about her life. And then
her whole thing is like she was an addict.
She was an addict, and
then she got
was
married to a
mom,
man,
and she like
and
solved
had a
her
baby.
addiction by getting married and like having a family. And then her husband had affairs, and it was a tragedy. And that was her second book. And she
Love Warrior,
and she was
and
a love warrior.
Oprah's like obsessed with her. She's like the most Oprah person
and then
on
she's
earth.
being so TED Talk, and she's going to so many conferences, and then she's at a conference, and she's like spiraling again. She's like, am I right? Is this my life? And at the conference, she sees seven-time national women's soccer champion,
captain of the U.S. women's soccer team,
Abby Wambach. And she
Chills.
She goes.
She's at the Palmer Hotel in downtown Chicago.
Okay, and this is literally, this is the jacket of the book. For many years, Glennon Doyle denied her own discontent. Then, while speaking at a conference, she looked at a woman across the room and fell instantly in love. 3 words flooded her mind. There she is. Okay, so this phrase appears in this book like almost every other page.
Almost as much as we were sitting on the couch with big mugs of coffee.
The whole book is them just wrapped in blankets on a dock, on a couch, on the
with
couch,
a dog,
on the
with
dock.
a French bulldog, like reflecting, watching a show, not watching a show.
Thinking about how lucky they are, saying that luck is something you create. And it's just like, it's a circle. I mean, this book is just...
Every chapter is about untaming and how she was tamed and now she's untamed because like she's with this huge butch who wears like heathered gray t-shirts. Who else can untame you?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no, we say this a lot, but like this is
book
the most.
Insane.
This book is insane.
And this book
and,
is
like,
completely
it's
insane. And like every page I read of it, I'm just being like, not this book. Like
not she carries so hard.
Well, and
every
what's
time.
insane is that it's like this is her job is to professionally carry. Like she's just a TED talker and a speaker at conferences about her book, but every book is about her speaking at conferences, and it's like so chicken and the egg, where you're just like, where does it start? Where does it end? Like it never does.
And the whole thing about like when she fell in love with Abby is she was like at a conference and she was like, I've never lied to my readers. I hate lying. But I'm in love with a woman.
No.
And she had to hold that in. And she didn't lie. And then the next day, she took a photo with Abby, them on their porch, looking at the water, fish jumping. They take this selfie like on a big Wayfair like porch swing where like Abby's like holding her and then she goes, and then I logged on to Facebook.com.
They're like modestly snuggling in like a daytime snuggle. And then she logs onto Facebook.
Facebook.com and uploads a photo and just walked away. Do you guys ever do that? Just you say, I'm going to post? Announce my new lover? walk away.
I will say I do that sometimes because, like, you know,
That's so you. Though.
a watched pot never boils, a watched gram never accrues likes. Like, you do need to just be
refresh.
and launch and walk, and like then it always gets more likes. But if you're sitting there, honey, it's not happening. Instagram knows when you're being desperado.
And then she's like, I thought, like, she wants to be this, like, victim so bad. And then she's like, it turns out that actually the LGBTQI plus community was really supportive.
Yeah. And it's yeah,
obviously, like, she thought she was like...
No, the way that she acts like she wrote this book in, like, 1991, and it's just like, you wrote this book in, like, 2017 or whatever. And
yeah,
and she'll just be like, I couldn't believe that I posted me and my like incredibly famous lesbian girlfriend on Facebook, and I got tons of supportive messages from across the country. It's just like, yes, of course.
It's because she loves to be like, oh, I was like there with my husband and we were at an evangelical church and like the preacher started talking about how like homosexuality is a sin. And she was like, and I felt something inside. I felt hate. I tingled. I wasn't a cheetah. This whole book is about how she is a cheetah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how she like took her kids to a sad zoo and like they watched a cheetah like run after a stuffed animal and she was like, I began to get sad. That cheetah was tamed and I realized I was tamed.
Yeah. Every page is a revelation. Every sentence is like, oh my God, I'm the cheetah. And you're like, no, we get it.
No, we get it. Like, you have untamed yourself and become a wild, wild cheetah.
I kept my eyes on Tabitha, that's the cheetah, as she stalked. I wished I could ask her, what's happening inside you right now? I knew what she'd tell me. It's like, okay, assuming the cheetah's motivations. She'd say, something's off about my life.
This cheetah, like, eating a steak, being like, something isn't right.
I feel restless and frustrated. I have this hunch that everything was supposed to be more beautiful than this. I imagine fenceless, wide open savannas. I want to run and hunt and kill. I want to sleep under an ink-black silent sky filled with stars. It's all so real, I can taste it. Then she'd look back at the cage, the only home she's ever known. She'd look at the smiling zookeepers, the bored spectators, and her panting, bouncing, begging best friend, the lab, which is like this dog. She'd sigh and say, I should be grateful. I have a good enough life here. It's crazy to long for what doesn't even exist. Tabitha, you are not crazy. You are a goddamn cheetah.
I was really obsessed with this movie called Cheetah when I was little. That was about poaching.
And that's why you're so anti-poaching.
Yeah,
now.
and it was about a cheetah who was captured to be poached, and the kids saved the cheetah from poaching. So that's where my philanthropy lies, and my poaching organization. Also, her organization is so fake. It's called like Togetherism.
Yeah. And she's
like,
always
like,
being like,
and that's the moment I started Togetherism. And I got out the laptop and I just started writing emails and letters, and we have now raised $900 million for Togetherism.
And this is also, it's also one of her many like humble brags is like she's always using the kids or someone else to like show. She'll be like, Oprah asked me, Glennon, in all your work as an activist, like what are you most proud of? And it's just like, okay, right, your activism, you're so involved in the Together community, like.
Well, yeah, and then when like she like reads one article about kids at the border, she like goes to bed and Abby's like, take your time. And the kid's like, what's wrong with mommy? And she's like, she needs some rest, but tomorrow she will rise.
Oh.
And she will become a cheetah.
And because she was so like, she
like,
was kind of gutted from this article.
Yeah.
Yeah. Articles can be a lot.
No, they got
like to get through the whole thing, even.
Well, have you noticed she's always talking about how like she never sees her friends. She hates when people call her. She hates when people text her.
Yeah.
But then she's like, but I will be there for you in a second because I'm a cheetah and I run to you. And if you get divorced, I will be at your doorstep, like with my leopard self. Like,
Yeah, I mean, she sounds pretty insufferable, I will say. She does smack of someone who is just like a bad friend.
An absolutely bad friend. And she's like, no, I won't text back, but I'm a horrible friend. Except she's a really good friend to her dear friend, Elizabeth Gilbert. Yeah.
Yeah, who also became a
lesbian
lesbian later in life.
Lesbian. And she'll just drop being like, Liz's lover was dying, so I came to her side. End of chapter. Anyway, my daughter wanted to start soccer, but I said no, because soccer is bad for little girls and you're a cheetah, and you should be a cheetah in your room. And the daughter's like, what are you talking about?
The daughter's like, I want to play soccer. And then they like have this big meeting, and like the ex-husband, who's a great father.
Really good father.
Really, really good dad, but did not satisfy Glennon sexually, ultimately.
No, a lot of fake orgasms. And she realized when you're angry at yourself. She wasn't angry at him, and then she let it go.
Right.
So they only divorced after she saw Abby at a hotel in Chicago, which is how most divorces
Start.
do happen.
Yeah. Don't let your woman go to Chicago.
Not Wabash Avenue,
Yeah.
especially. So they did not hook up in Chicago. They wrote letters, texts, Facebook messages, and then they were like, "We are in love."
Oh, wait, okay.
Yeah,
This
is the craziest thing.
This
to
is
ever
the most
happen.
insane scene in a book.
Okay, let's read it to give you a sense, and then we can do kind of a drunk history reenactment. Okay. So this is the most lesbian thing ever. They have not hooked up, but she's already left her husband for him.
Okay. As the plane landed at LAX, my first thought was, oh my God, we are finally in the same city. I took a cab to the hotel. When the cab pulled up, I texted, I'm here.
Abby typed back, room 1140.
I put the phone away. I got into the elevator, pressed the buttons, then stepped out onto floor 11. It's like, yep, okay, yep. I walked through the hallway and stepped in front of her room. There was a note taped to the door that said,
come in.
I breathed deep, fussed with my hair, shot a quick prayer up.
This isn't...
Please be here with us.
To pray to God, like, before getting...
Well...
fisted in a hotel room?
I knocked softly and then opened the door. Abby was leaning against the desk across the room with one leg propped up on a chair, barefoot. So she's leaning against a desk.
I imagined it like office chair leaning back onto desk. How would she be standing with the feet up? Oh, like wide-legged? That feels so Save the Last Dance to me. You know what I mean? To be like, and go. Like, but just lean back.
But I love it that this is like the lesbian version of gay guy, like, doors unlocked, room 1130, I'm ass up, poppers out, hole open, you come in, unload, but instead it's Abby Wambach in the Obama pose. That's her, like, door unlocked, poppers out.
And well, and this is the lesbian version of like wearing like a harness, like ass out, bussy open. Is she was wearing a charcoal T-shirt. So sexy. It's like the most heathered brewery tea.
The amount of heathering is insane.
Like, I feel like
it's
her
clinical.
closet is just piles of like ash to charcoal to slate,
They can't heather
shirts.
fast enough at that factory. They're like, Abby, just call more heathering.
It's 5Ks, it's like breweries, it's surf brands, it's golf brands, like...
Yeah. No, she's not leaving a venue without merch in hand.
As we know, lesbians are addicted to merch.
Okay, wait. So
Okay. Charcoal T-shirt. Sky blue jeans.
The lightest wash.
And a necklace that looked like dog tags. Which, again, it's kind of like, it is from, like, a weird California, like, expensive surf store.
It's from, like, Silver and Bone.
Back to you, my first thought.
There she is. That's my person. She'd later tell me that her first thought had been, there she is. That's my wife. She smiled. It was not a casual smile. It was a smile that said, there you are. And here we are.
They're getting their placement. There you are. There she is. Spatial reasoning.
The way her TED Talk revelations are always just like, like people exist
in places, at hotels.
And things are actually happening. She stood up and walked toward me. I let the door shut behind me, my bag still out in the hallway.
Drops bags.
She wrapped her arms around me.
Behind you. Holding you now.
We melted.
Together.
My head into her chest, my heart beating. She was shaking and I was shaking, and we both, for a long while, stood there and breathed each other in.
Wait, hold on.
And held each other and shook together.
Wait. Do this with me. This is where it gets so L-word and like Bet and Tina. And
it's. Then she pulled away and looked into my eyes. That was the moment we locked. Then, the kiss.
The wall.
The bed.
White dress on the floor.
Naked. Unafraid.
The original plan.
On earth as it is in heaven.
Praise be to him, everyone. Because he is watching down on us and blessing this podcast. I never looked away from her. Not once.
The longer we've been together, the more naked and unafraid I've become. I don't act anymore.
I just want.
Wow. Question. Do you ever make like an insane amount of eye contact during sex?
Oh, to me? Not really.
Yes, I was asking you that question. Yeah.
I'm not so eye contact, mostly because, as you know, I am partially blind.
Yeah, I know. Well, your
so
eyes
if the
like
eye contact
never,
is happening, I can't really see.
No, yeah. Well, your eyes can't necessarily maintain like on one spot. It's like
they're shifty. So yeah, no. But I feel like. Yeah, so eye contact sometimes, but not a lot. I feel like you are dramatic shaking, though.
Absolute dramatic shaking, for sure. Well, sometimes you have to. Because the other person needs, like, encouragement, and they...
To shake. And not to pry, but are you so eye contact? As I know you have 20/20 vision.
I do have insanely good vision. So when I look, I'm looking. You know what I mean? I'm seeing a whole lot. I mean, the thing is, like, then when eye contact does happen, like, even if it's, like, a total one-night stand, because, yeah, sometimes I'm a slut and I want. I will just, like, possibly even out loud say I love you. Like, because... you know what I mean? When you're just like, I love you. Like, it's just so, it's so in the moment, and then you're like, I am that scene in Swim Fan when she's like, say it. Celebrity Book Club.
Can I total random non sequitur, as Glennon is like crazy and random and Christian? So the whole book, again, it's coffee, it's cheetahs. And then all of a sudden she goes, a few years ago, Alicia Keys announced to the world that she was done wearing makeup. She said, I don't want to cover up anymore. Not my face, not my mind, not my soul, not my thoughts, not my dreams, not my struggles, nothing. That's it, I thought. A while later, I read an interview with Adam Levine. This is what I'm saying, she's a bad friend. I feel like her friends are like, coffee? Hey, like feeling down. And she's like, hey, you're a cheetah, sorry. And she's like on like starsearch.com American Idol blog, like reading an interview with like Adam Levine. He said that while they were filming a show together, he poked his head into Alicia Keys' dressing room. She had her back to him, and she was leaning into the mirror, putting on lipstick. He smiled and said, "Oh, I thought Alicia doesn't wear makeup." She turned around, looked at him, lipstick in her hand. She said, "I do what the fuck I want." That's it. That's the chapter.
It's just like Glennon,
what?
Like her whole
Like-
thing is just like by just like making paragraph breaks. It's just like anything can be a point. Okay,
Be
but
more
also what's
cheetahs.
insane- okay, so she also every single page of this book, she's always just being like, and for so many years I was tamed and I was married and I was faking orgasms and I was putting poison into my face to be a woman because society teaches a woman that they need to be small and makeup and
this
Botox.
costume.
And it's like, but you're still like femme, babe. Like you're still just like wearing makeup.
Okay,
and, like,
stop
being femme.
silencing non-makeup wearing femmes over here. Chopsticks are here and hold space for them.
No, but I'm saying that she's not even chapstick.
But I'm saying she can, according to Alicia Keys, do whatever the fuck she wants.
No, but
She's
I know,
saying-
but
all she's saying
but
is
all
that-
she's saying that for so many years I wore makeup, and now she's like, and
This
I
is what
still
she-
wear makeup, and it's kind of like, so what is the point?
This is what she's saying. For many years, she straightened her hair, and now she does like a super expensive
beach. Now
sea
she-
salt
yes.
spray that she
No.
like is scrunchy with.
Now
and, like,
she
it's
does
just
beach waves, and because she's a cheetah.
It's R&Co Fat Boy like sea salt spray, beach waves, curl spray.
Well, because and also because this is
and
also
Abby is like, "Babe, you smell amazing today." And she's like, "You're my person." R&Co Beach waves.
There she is. They are the thing I hate most in a lover, and I tell all my lovers this. I hate soft touch.
Oh.
The tiny, the 1-inch thumb back
Well,
and
you know, I
forth.
feel like Abby and Glennon, they think they're being respectful of the kids by like not being like too PDA, but the kids are just like at their like 5 p.m. like California Pizza Kitchen takeout dinner, and Abby's just this throughout like the entire BBQ.
Shivers down my
pizza.
spine.
Like,
I'm like, either give me a hand massage or don't. And then they do. Because I get what I want.
okay,
'Cause I'm
and then
Christian.
she refers to when she talks about, and she's like, "I love having a wife." And like, you know, she's writing this and she's thinking she's being like so controversial, and she's like, "I love that we're both women." Again, the she-herism of the book. And then
Yeah.
she's like, "I love Abby's velvet skin."
Sidebar, the part where she's talking about watching Naked and Afraid as an empath.
Oh,
There's this part where she's just like, it's really hard for me to watch Naked and Afraid as an empath. Because
She feels too- she's there.
Like she's gonna die. And she's like, I get really hungry, and I get the shake, and I get cold, and I wrap the blankets around me, and Abby has to come in and remind me it's just a TV show. There's a film crew there. I'm like, again.
she's like, "I just want to give them a granola bar, a Cliff Bar." And Abby's like, "Babe, there's cameramen. They have Cliff on crew."
Celebrity Book Club.
Heathered segments. What does she eat? What does she wear? How does she live?
Woo!
Okay, what does she eat?
What does she eat?
Salad.
Well, she's recovering from
Bulimia. Which she does talk about in this book.
Yeah.
Which she
warrior.
suffered through in her teens.
Yeah, I
Because
feel
she
like
was not a cheetah yet.
now she does have a healthier kind of relationship to food, maybe. But like,
Yeah, I still feel like she's being pretty bird-like with her pecs.
yes, I think she might be hiding around like the big island and the big dinner that's happening. That it does seem just tons of salmon to me.
Yeah. Well, okay, wait, so because
Costco. Because she says, doesn't she mention Costco?
Yeah, because I think that like gives her like a. I mean, she is still Christian.
Yeah, she is Christian. They do live like in
So
Florida.
she's buying in bulk. They have a massive house in Florida, like with
on
so
the
many
Gulf
massive
of
islands.
Mexico, where they lay into
So wait,
each other's
and not
arms.
to pry, but
Yeah.
is it Naples or is it like Tampa St.
It's
Pete?
Naples,
Okay, which is
which is
really,
so retired an athlete in Abby.
Yeah, it is very athlete to live. On
they
the,
bought that
on the
house
Gulf Coast
together.
of Florida.
I feel like they bought that house like while they were making love at that Hyatt. You know what I mean? Don't you think they just like got on Zillow and they were just like, I
Yeah.
love this one. And Abby was like,
They were definitely
got
arms
it, babe.
intertwined.
Zillow, done.
They're
I'll
both-
call my people.
They're both holding the iPad, Abby's tree trunk arms encircling Glennon.
Okay,
The
Abby
iPad
also
looks
has like
tiny in her huge forward hands.
Abby has like a chambray iPad case.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, which many
Really
people
good
here
OtterBox.
might have. It does seem
It's
kind
cool,
of like a
yeah.
San Francisco thing. No, it's cool if you do.
Absolutely cool. So it's tons of salmon. I think they are doing like takeout. I feel like Glennon's getting overwhelmed by cooking for the kids.
I mean, she's overwhelmed by an article.
Right. So she's tapping out of the article and just being like, oh, she refers
And
to
she's
her-
giving herself permission to order takeout.
and being like, I am a cheetah.
Yes.
So I will order California Pizza Kitchen.
And like the delivery person's coming and she's like, there she is.
And then she's also like being like taking
She's
their
like
hand.
tipping 15% on Postmates.
But then taking their hand and she's like, thank you so much for the work
yeah,
you do.
You
and
do.
they're like, okay.
backing away.
She's obviously loves coffee.
Yeah.
But like hot coffee. She's not cold brew. She's big Starbucks. She's Pete's.
Pete's.
Yeah. Pete's coffee.
100%
She's
Pete's.
buying bulk pre-ground Pete's.
And I do feel like their house is a little bit, and maybe this is just kind of normal celebrity, but it's like you open it and it's like there's half and half. Like there's barista
Oh no, there's
almond,
there's vanilla almond.
Yeah.
No, the pantry is slapping.
Abby wants different flavors, and Abby gets different flavors.
Tons of maybe a ton of there's some frozen bison even in the freezer.
For
Lean
sure.
meats.
Yeah, a variety of healthy protein options. Okay, what does she wear? Okay, she's always wearing those like thick rimmed glasses that actresses wear when they read scripts.
She's in her zone.
She's in her sacred place. She's communing with God right now because God sometimes lives within the press release for togetherism. Yeah, I mean, there's
Baby, it's also like she also
lot of
is obviously in the softest, like threadbare 3/4 length.
it's a lot of
shirt.
3/4 length sleeve shirts, like really like snug plaid shirts.
Oh, what? You think she's like Smith femme, like
Yeah,
tiny flannels?
yeah.
I
She
think
likes-
she's huge sweater that she's putting on for their like huge movie nights with the ex-husband.
It's okay. Huge is a bit of an
It's
overstatement.
like a big,
She's a
yummy cashmere.
But she does keep just being like, and sometimes at the end of a long day reading an article, I like to curl up with Netflix and a blanket and a glass of wine. And she is just like,
Well, she's soberissimo.
Okay, but she's a sober wine mom.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Like she is live, laugh, love. Like she's.
And
but
she's just like, I'm a girl mom. I'm a boy dad. Like, it's so hard raising a
we
girl.
didn't even get into how she like checked herself for like letting her boy go easy and not do the dishes. Because like he had soccer and Abby was like,
I'm just picturing you now being like, I'm going to do the dish.
time to do the dish.
It's kind of rockabilly a little bit.
Dish.
It's dish
Yeah.
time.
Tonight we're doing forks, diners, and dish. Right, but she's like, Abby's like, hey babe, why are you letting like Ryder off so easy? Like he needs to do hard things too. And she's like, no, but he has soccer and homework. And she's like, but Tish is out here doing dishes.
Yeah.
Dish. So, and she realizes the privilege she was giving to her son.
Right,
Yeah.
because she was being like, my son needs to succeed as a student athlete. And I'm
Yes.
thinking that because of societal's expectations
Society and she.
on men
Cheetah
and
stuff.
boys.
Yeah.
Right, and cheetahs. And she needs
So
to be
she
a
actually
cheetah.
untamed him by making him do the dishes.
Do the dishes.
And now he's a cheetah.
Right, because real boys do dishes,
Yes.
but also are
We're
student
coming out with that
athletes.
book.
Real boys
You
do
do
dishes.
dishes.
But again, this is also her being so 90s and just like, why don't men vacuum?
I don't know. It's just being like, let's get him in the kitchen.
Right. And like, there's the whole section about shampoo where she's like, I looked at my children's shampoo
And it was
selection.
filled with additives.
And she was like, all the boys' shampoos had all this masculine
right.
messaging. And it was like, yes, like we've been to CVS. Like, and it's just like basically like her thesis is like, what if there were some sort of like muted, like pastel startup, like unisex brand of expensive shampoo for everyone? It's like, there is. There is lots of them.
She's like hasn't even heard of the Spice Girls, like in girl power. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Yes,
Like she's just like, what if like girls like had power?
Yeah.
And they were untamed.
They finally stopped being tamed and in cages.
What if like girls played soccer?
Here's why I do think she's tight flannel.
I'm dying on the non-tight
Well,
flannel.
you haven't
like,
even really offered a ton of evidence of why she isn't that because hello,
one, they're in Florida.
She's so Reese Witherspoon's book club and Reese like
yes, but I don't
she's
think maybe if she
Christian,
goes
she's
to Draper James,
which I'm sure she's been to Draper James,
and Reese is being like, Glennon, you would look amazing in this flannel. And she's like, I never wear flannel. I just don't see it. I've never seen her in a flannel. I think it's like, it's a Christian crisp button downs at the TED Talk. And
obviously
big sweater at home.
I guess I'm just talking about, she's always like on a Zoom podcast. Like that's all, she's just like Zoom glasses now. And
I agree. I'm with you on the Warbies. Big Zoom glasses.
Okay. Jury's out on flannel.
And we'll come back to you guys with the flannel. Yeah, these things are getting weird up
Things are
here.
getting
with
really,
the tight,
really
with the tight
tense.
flannel.
And I need to, yeah. No,
I'll give you this.
Okay.
She wears Abby's flannel.
Ooh. Right.
Boyfriend shirt.
Yeah, she's very boyfriend shirt. Okay. But you're right about big Chris
And
button-down.
Abby's like, babe, when can I get my shirt back?
No, because now I'm like, because there is something so coffee mug, because like coffee mug is her entire personality. So like it is a little bit Abby's big Chris button down that Abby hates wearing.
She's like, oh, I just want to be in my golf shorts.
Yeah.
Like, play on the Trump links.
Yeah.
Like, how do they live? Say it with us.
I love that someone said hi about.
Okay. Yeah. Well, no, I think, but we had that argument with.
I think we know
Abby,
that it
and
actually
it's
is maybe a little
It's
bit low. I don't, but it's not like emotionally low.
Well, because Abby is low, Glennon is high, so it's medium.
Glennon needs like stairs to get to bed. Or no,
She's
sorry,
so
no, Abby
tiny.
needs stairs. Well, but yeah, also actually, because she's like such a little Pomeranian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have like little dogs that are like hopping up in a Paris Hilton way, you know what I mean? And cats.
Yeah.
Like the cat is 17 years old and the dog is 2.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, they're so 17-year-old cat and 2-year dog. You know what I'm talking about.
I'm just saying, femmes be having 17-year-old cats.
No one keeps a cat alive like
Like
a
us.
Christian femme. And that's on God. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I do think their art is very
They have like
Hyatt, like
crazy. Well, they have that insane like caricature of Bob Dylan that's like floor to ceiling in the living room.
Oh, because he's like such a cheetah. He's a free
Yeah, he's
thinker.
a cheetah.
He's
It's like-
untamed.
They only have cheetah art. Like
I feel like they
other
have like
fellow
a
cheetahs.
like a Chihuly-esque light fixture in one room.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the couch is so big, like it's as big as this entire room, I think. And they're gathering there for their like movies, and it's a violent movie. And Glennon is like, "Why am I having my boys
Be exposed to this violence?" But then I remembered it's a movie.
to a movie,
Yeah.
and I need to let them decide." Because there's this whole point where she gets mad at Abby for watching one show during the middle of the day.
Oh, because she's like, day isn't for TV?
Yeah. She's being so, like, annoying.
Right, and then
femme
she's
and,
like, actually, like...
And she calls herself in because she's mad at herself for not being able to relax during the day. And then is, like, even more turned on by Abby, who can relax during the day.
She, like, cannot turn it off.
No,
I mean,
she
being
is
an empath sounds
it's
very
hard.
exhausting, and, like, you know, we should sympathize with that on some level.
It does seem... one more thing about their house, I feel like California stuff, they're using a lot of water for the grounds.
Yeah. They're not being so
Fountains.
mulch. I mean, I will say
Non-native plants.
No, and non-native
No,
vegetation, and they're not like. I mean, her cause is not like environmentalism by any degree.
It's togetherism.
It's togetherism, and
Togetherism,
sometimes being
yeah.
together like takes
Means
some carbon. You know what I mean?
Shipment, gravel.
The paper towelery in that house.
Well, yeah, Costco. Like, it's tons of. They're
There's
huge
like 7
rolls
backup pantries.
that she's rolling out a
The
huge
guest
paper
bedroom.
towel.
The
she
toilet
is a
paper is
bounty.
always like triangled, just like.
I feel like she is this bounty ad. Like when there's a mess, she's like, "Who cares? Bounty."
Yeah.
And like unrolls an entire roll for like some almond milk.
She's so that like company Grove that just sells Miss Myers, but it's like this separate company that sells you a caddy of Miss Myers.
They are Miss Myers spray, but not Miss Myers hand soap. Ooh, sorry,
Wow,
made stuff.
shots fired.
Yeah, shots absolutely fired. I don't think they're that eco and like that like Brooklyn mom.
Oh, it's actually too eco. She needs something more like wasteful.
Yeah, I think she had, or it's like a faux French that she actually got at Home Goods that's on discount. That's like
I know.
$8.99. Like
yeah.
Gel Augustine.
Lavender Gel Augustine. Yeah.
Yeah.
That house is so.
And she's
scent.
buying tons of hooks.
There's
unneeded hooks
and
that
scent,
day.
no, and like every room has like an overpowering scent to it. Well, wait,
Lavender.
isn't there that scene where she talks about how like Abby smelled like comfort, like fabric softener, and it was like such a turn off.
Well, that's because she's like her velvet skin, her like strong downy teddy bear bleach scent on her charcoal tees.
It just like reeks of like baby diaper powder, like in every room in that house.
She doesn't
turn off for me because I'm so badass.
You're so cool. Steven doesn't
BO.
wear deodorant.
Yeah,
French.
deodorant.
Okay, so who are you on the book?
Okay,
I'm
not.
You're not Glennon.
Thank you. And
I almost think you're her sister, who's the corporate lawyer.
Yes.
That then goes to Rwanda
and
starts an organization
the foundation that
for
helps
widows.
like widows like get their land back.
Yeah, it's widows land for
I'm
widows.
getting land for widows.
And you cry in Glennon's basement apartment for a full year as Glennon, by the way, held vigil outside of her sister's door in her basement. The sister never knew. She literally would just bring candles and stand outside her door.
No.
So if you knew your sister was holding candles outside your door as you like cried about your ex, you'd be like, literally stalk her. Like
the absolute insane performative victimery and narcissism of this
the kids
woman
are like,
is
Mom?
unbridled.
And hello, I'm 6. Like, and she's like,
like,
I'm holding vigil for your aunt who got
for
dumped.
your aunt who got dumped.
Hold vigil with me.
And then went on to start a real charity.
Actually, yeah, for widows.
Yeah. So thank you.
Also that sister found a man after the widow charity.
Yeah. Which is so me. I'm always getting land back and then falling in love
Finding
again.
man after you started charity.
Okay. Are you the son that like doesn't wash the dish?
Yeah, and then was finally told to wash the dishes.
Yeah.
Because I'm honestly really not Abby at all. Like, I don't stand while watching TV.
No, you park.
I fucking park on a big couch.
Yeah.
Like, Glennon's always posting Abby standing this close to a TV, cheering, and being like, she's watching the golf.
Yeah.
She's watching the basketball.
No, you commit.
I commit. I park.
You settle in to watch like a 30-second Instagram video. You're just like, honey, it's couch time.
Let's do this.
Yeah. And that's what I love about you.
No, it's so cool. Like, I aspire to play golf with Abby at Mar-a-Lago, but not yet.
Okay, here's the thing. I do, again, as I said, I do think she's probably insufferable in real life. I give this book like 4 out of 5 crosses. Yeah, it's really enjoyable to read. Like
it's
every
so
page
fun.
you're like,
And
get the fuck out of town. Like, you know.
I'm almost giving it, honestly, 4.5.
Wow.
Huge coffee mugs from Home Goods.
Wow.
That say, I love my wife, but I love coffee more.
Yeah.
It was just like reading it, you're like, and I have to say, I actually started reading this a year ago. And I had to put it down because I was like, you're too insane. I wasn't ready because I was tamed.
Yeah. You were stalking the perimeter of your cage.
My caged-in zoo. I was given the food they gave me at the zoo.
You knew there was a world out there. You wanted to sleep under
the stars.
Under the foggy
ditmas
sky of San Francisco.
Yes. So yeah. So 4 point, and the audio. I mean, she's absolutely insane. Her Instagram's insane.
Yeah. She's a mad woman.
Absolutely mad, psycho to the boots, like unhinged.
Untamed.
Well, she literally says like,
"We're crazy cheetahs in the world."
We're crazy cheetahs. Rawr. Is that? I don't know. Is cheetah isn't really rawr? It's a little more.
It's more like big meow, like. You guys, we're cheetahs, and you know what?
We're cheetahs. You're a cheetah.
You're
a
cheetahs
cheetah.
too.
You're untamed.
You're a cheetah.
You're a cheetah. You're untamed.
You're a cheetah. You're a cheetah.
We are not in a cage tonight.
Listen, let yourself free. Break the chains. Break the
chain.
Bonds. Kill the zookeeper. Okay?
Meet a woman at a Chicago
Kill
hotel.
the zookeeper here. Go to Chicago. I don't care if you meet someone. Stare at someone and say, "There she is."
Play intramural soccer. Do whatever it does.
Make
Walk
your son
out of
wash
the hot
the
yoga
dishes.
class,
Buy
you know
wooden
your
toys.
Body. Buy a house.
Get a membership.
Go to a Hyatt.
Raise your bed.
And if you want a pill, take a pill, but don't overtake a pill, but go shopping, but only if you need to.
And you're right, because you are all Alicia Keys.
Don't wear makeup, but wear makeup if you want it, because fuck it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming, you guys.
Thank you so much.
That's our show.
That's our show.
We love you so much. Like
we
and
love
subscribe.
you so much that you join the show.
Tip your bartender. Thank you to Cafe de Nord.
Thank you to
Thank you
Cafe
to
de
John
Nord.
for
Thank
watching
you to
the
Maureen.
kid. Thank you to my mother, Maureen. Thank you to Poesia. Please go.
Thank you to these chairs.
Thank you to Lily Murata.
Oh my God, thank you to Stephen Phillips Horst.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There he is, and there you are. Okay. Best. Celebrity Book Club was presented by this amazing company, Prologue Projects. The show is produced by my ex-husband, who I'm still very close with, Benjamin Frisch, with editorial support from Leon Nafok and Andrew Parsons. They are such angels. And my new wife, Madeline Kaplan. Our production manager is Percia Verlin. The work she does, it's godlike. Original theme song by Stephen Phillips Horst. It's so rockin'. Artwork by Teddy Blanks at Chips NY. His art can be found at amazing galleries in Florida. Follow us on Twitter. Oh my God, sorry. The biggest thank you of all. Thank you, God in heaven, for setting me up with a live show at Cafe de Nord in San Francisco. What an amazing venue. What a supportive venue. Thank you also to Miguel Pena for the audio assistance there. You saved our butts. You made this amazing recording. I can't thank you enough. I want to bake you a vegan cake. Follow us on Twitter. I'm always on there, and Instagram at CBC The Pod. Subscribe on your favorite podcast app. Leave us a review. I'm serious. It really makes a difference. Okay? It only takes a few minutes out of your day. And don't forget to tell your friends about us. Oh my God. And don't forget to go to patreon.com/CBC The Pod. Subscribe today.